sure we are working everywhere as I move over. Today we are doing some Genshin Impact. Usually we do Star Rail, but I'm thinking of moving Genshin to Mondays again, so that's what we're doing today. First we're gonna finish the Archon Quest, Chapter 4, because I actually never finished it. And then we're gonna do Wriothesley's story quest, and then Ferinet's will be the one we do Wednesday. So yeah, let's just run right on in here. Ah, the Fatui. Of course.
Navia! Oh, it's you. What brings you all here?
Hey, we're just having a look around. I'm here to update myself on how things are going here. Oh, the Fatui are here too.
Let me
Immediately
introduce
pulls
you.
out notebook.
This is Mr. Garunt Snezhevich. He represented the Knave in sending us a large amount of supplies, and is helping with our work. Our residents are hard at work as well. Thanks to everyone, work is progressing nicely. We've lost a lot of people, but we're moving forward. That will have to be enough.
Hello, Miss Charlotte. I'm a big fan of yours. I especially like that article you wrote last year about Fontaine's stray cats.
Aw, that's nice.
But if you don't mind, could you not emphasize our role too much in your report? It's not charity we're doing here. We just happen to share the same interests as the Spina.
I get where you're coming from. We'll keep it as simple as possible. Or would you be willing to feature as friendly neighbors?
Probably for the best.
That would be fine. Thanks.
Oh, you're back too. How are things?
Ah, Chlorand.
We finished laying down the construction materials. It'll be another hour before the workers are able to go over there.
Huh? You're here too, Clarence?
Well, her reputation's greatly risen after that whole duel business with Miss Farina. So she's here in Poisson to wait out the heat. All right. She really came here to help me out.
She got too popular.
There's too much to consider in the reconstruction of Poisson. The Spina has need of more decision makers. And, well, I do already happen to be connected to Mr. Callis.
You know, with being the one that killed him.
Wait just a moment. Do you mind me asking a few questions? You know, about
Oh,
how you
no.
felt before the duel. About what it was like facing down
Oh
a
wait,
god.
that's a different.
There's lots of exciting material there, I bet.
That's a different situation. Okay.
Forget it. I'm sure you can find a better theme than that, Miss Charlotte.
I see you're the same as always. Couldn't you do me a favor, for Navia's sake?
What does this have to do with Navia?
Well, if we're talking about doing things for my sake, you might as well just take a few more photos of me. Or of the Traveler. It's better than wasting time persuading Chlorand at any rate.
Haha.
Of course I will. I'm not gonna let him off that easy. All right, then everyone who wants to be in the photo, gather up. And smile.
Aw. Group photo.
How did it go? Was it a good shot? Did Paimon look cute in it?
Yes.
Not
Yes, you did,
bad.
Paimon.
Your addition really helped the composition of the picture. All right, hang on a moment. Let me snap a few more shots. All right, that should do it. I'll be back here later anyway, so let's call it a day.
You're very quick.
Speed is of the essence when it comes to the news, and freshness is the key. Also, not to brag, but I'm pretty good at building connections. Who knows? I might eventually get that interview with you after all, Miss Chlorand.
Wow, you really do have that never say die spirit. I'm impressed.
I'll hazard a guess that this is how you got that interview at the Fortress of Meropide.
You already knew she was
Well,
going?
You're well informed. Let me make a guess too. I asked Sijuin who told Monsieur Neuvillette, and he told you, right?
That's a very complete information chain.
In truth, all Monsieur Neuvillette asked me was, when did the fortress become so friendly towards the media?
So did the interview already happen?
I told him that it was best not to speak too soon. There's no guarantee that Wriothesley will
Oh,
make a
okay.
personal appearance.
So we agreed to an interview,
You're right.
Maybe.
I've got to treasure every moment I have with them. In which case, I'll be making a move first.
Stay safe now. And tell me if you hear anything interesting. I'll treat you to afternoon tea in exchange.
You seem curious about the fortress.
Of course. That Wriothesley. I still remember going down to the fortress to grill him for information on my father's case. Boy, did he take me for a ride. Without telling me anything, of course.
But he did invite you to tea, didn't he?
2 large pots of it, in fact. It was good tea, though.
I have to agree. The tea there is very good.
Speaking of that, would you like to have some today? I mean, you've got time, right?
Aw, they're gonna go have tea time.
I'd be partial to some shortbread.
Wow, it's like we've got a menu or something. Sure.
Does that count as a date? I think that counts as a
Good.
date.
What flavor of biscuits would you like, Mr. Snezhovich?
Oh no, we're bringing him
Me?
along.
I'm fine with anything, but I would prefer chocolate should you have it.
All right. Leave it to me.
I'll go over the newly arrived supplies with you later, Mr. Snezhovich. We should be able to finish the preparatory work today.
That works great for me.
Is it just me, or did you get a new lipstick?
Navia! Navia, why are you noticing that?
I did. It was a gift from Sijuin. Want to give it a try? I think the color would suit you too.
Chlorand, you do not do that either. Oh my god. You're very bad at not being gay. I guess we're going to the fortress now.
We once thought the fortress of Meropide would be super scary, but looking back on it, it really wasn't that bad at all.
It really wasn't.
You've got a set schedule, guaranteed food and board, and you can even buy all kinds of stuff with credit coupons. It's really no surprise that many people don't even want to leave.
They probably have that
You
guy
know
to think.
He's definitely a pretty impressive leader. While he does look kind of intimidating, he's actually pretty easy to talk to once you've had a conversation or two with him. Paimon wonders how he's like with the people here. Do they also get the same guy we do, or is he a lot harsher with the bad guys?
Different tricks for
He must
different
be doing
situations.
something right to maintain order here, while not making everything feel super oppressive.
Excuse me, did I hear someone there? Could you please do me a favor?
Huh? Paimon could have sworn she just heard something.
What?
Excuse me, is someone passing by? Could you do me a favor, please?
Oh.
Nope, Paimon wasn't dreaming. There's someone over there for sure. But Paimon doesn't see anyone.
Oh, did you hear my call? Thank you so much. I'm over here, inside this big box.
Why are you in a box?
You're inside the box? Oh, no wonder Paimon didn't see anything. Well, come on, traveler, let's go take a look. Why are you hiding in here anyway? If we hadn't happened to pass by, you could have been stuck for days.
It's a bit complicated. Can we not talk about that for now?
Take your
Whoa,
clothes?
That's terrible. Did someone seriously do that to you?
No, it was nothing quite that serious. I'd just like some help finding my hat.
Just your hat? But then, why can't you look for it yourself?
You can't get out of the box.
Wait, Paimon gets it! Something must have happened to your hair!
You don't have to.
Sorry. So that's what happened. Paimon gets it now. No wonder why you had to hide inside the box.
He's not.
You just need your hat, right? We'll get it back to you right away. What kind of hat was it?
I think you may have misunderstood me, but never mind. Please just help me find my hat.
It's like I'm also stuck in a
soft
box.
and brown hat with a bit of a brim. Nothing fancy. I think I probably lost it near the entrance elevator. It was getting a bit hot, so I took it off and had a quick nap. But when I came to, it was gone.
And now you're in a box.
It's really important to me, so your help would mean the world. I'll wait here for your return.
Don't worry, we'll be back in no time.
I have so many questions. I don't think that was the one I... Yeah, okay, that was Wriothesley's quest and not the Archon Quest. Okay. That's fine. I accidentally started Wriothesley's quest. And I think I'm gonna overlap these two right about now.
Wow, guess we're here again, huh? There's a real nostalgic feeling to this place.
Looks like you've been missing us.
Duke! Did you come all the way to the entrance to greet us?
Every time.
Of course. I'm here to welcome you and our dear
Yeah,
Miss Charlotte.
I mean,
whom our
he
good
is here to
nurse
escort the
recommended to
reporter.
me.
It's an honor to finally meet the much-rumored Duke. Thank you for consenting to my visit to the fortress, sir.
No need to thank me. But that said, I shouldn't be the focus of your interview. I trust you recall our agreement?
Of course, of course.
All right then, this way.
Oh, because they made the boat.
Hey, no need to be so nervous. I've already taken all the photos we need. Miss Charlotte, do these pictures really need to be published on the cover of the Steambird?
It would seem that Miss Lorvine doesn't want her face to appear beside that of Mr. Jurier.
You know, because they totally hate each other.
Sir, please don't say things like that.
But it looks like dear Mr. Jurier denies it. Might this interview be very important to you then?
No, I just... This is my first time being interviewed, and I'm very thankful to the Steambird for...
Now, I might not look it, but I actually did meet Mr. Edwin once. And I'll be honest, I enjoyed chatting with you more. You've definitely got more of that genius vibe going on. The boat that brought about a miracle, the ark that saved the people. Why, you recreated a myth back there, like an emissary of legend. Still, if I might ask, where's that flying ship now?
Where'd the boat go?
Looks like Charlotte's trying to get herself another exclusive scoop.
I mean, where did they hide the giant boat?
I have to apologize, but that ship is presently in the bowels of our factory. I'm afraid it won't be easy for you to get a shot of it.
Really? Well, then in that case, could I have an interview with you to make songs?
She's always there to gamble. And barter.
You already know my answer, I'm afraid. Best you interview our head nurse instead. Or perhaps you'd like to take another photo of this couple of researchers?
Did you really have to use the word couple?
Yes, because it pisses you two off, and it's very funny.
Well, then, 2 solo photos will do.
Is my hair messed up? Please, someone help me have a look.
Things sure are getting pretty lively here. We've seen this kind of thing before. Oh, seems like everyone's here. Would any of you like to try this new drink I came up with?
We're good.
Siegeween.
Hey, Miss Charlotte. Why don't you, take some pretty photos of our head nurse? Sure. Come on, Miss Siegeween, over this way. Let's find a brighter spot.
Huh? Oh, sure. Do I have to smile? So, how have things been at the fortress?
Same old, as you can see. Fontaine's undergone some changes, but this place is still more or less the same.
I love seeing her pose in the background for the photos.
Other than that flying ship, it got a tad too much attention, I think.
That's why I decided to let the interview go through. We should direct more public opinions toward the behind-the-scenes heroes. Am I right, Mr. Jurier? Miss Lorvine?
You're too kind, sir. I believe that you too should have your day in the sun. Not that you would want that, which is a pity.
I'll just leave the spotlight to you two. I see. Lots of things happened that day, huh? Anyway, regarding that Harbinger, I'm not sure you remember, but his 3 young followers are still waiting for his return.
Oh.
He sure did win them over, huh?
I'll tell them that there's good news and bad news. The good being that their boss seems fine, and the bad being that they must face extended sentences for abetting his escape.
Oh.
Oh, actually, what about you? Are things gonna change for you too?
Let's move on past that part.
What change can there be? The fortress will keep chugging along, and so will my duties. As to what Miss Verina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed, we'll leave those to the folks in the overworld.
We don't care if God is dead, because we don't listen to God anyway.
Hey everyone, the photo shoot's done.
Good. In that case, let's call it a day here.
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on, Traveler, let's go. Till
There'll be a next time?
maybe. Who knows? I might write a story about the underwater factory next time. Until then. All right, last stop, the docks.
Hold on, I want to talk to these two first.
Oh, you know, I'd love to see you in one of Charlotte's photo shoots one day.
Is that really necessary? Our line of work doesn't really require much photographing.
Oh, come on, you'd look great.
It's precisely because we don't need the picture that they'll have value as keepsakes. You don't really look all that opposed to the idea, you know.
Maybe I'm just happy that I managed to once again avoid the spotlight. I think this interview went well either way.
Yes, you successfully kept prying eyes away by using Mr. Jurier and Miss Lorvina's shields. Very good.
The
You should be happy for
sarcasm.
them. They have a bright future ahead of them.
And I think that's everything down here. To the docks. Why use an elevator when I can just drop off the side? Eee. Oh, it's Lyney.
I didn't see them! They really are here! How did you know?
Navia mentioned that she stayed in touch with Lyney and the others after working together. Apparently, they've been at the docks distributing these strange pockets the whole time since.
Traveler, Paimon. Ah, and Miss Charlotte, too.
Would you like a magic pocket?
What sort of gadget is it?
It's a wondrous bag that can be used to carry many things. The water level has returned to normal, but if you see any of your things floating around, you can use this to carry them. Or you could trick a friend into doing it for you.
But it's a bag of holding.
Trick a friend? I wonder which of my friends would fall for that.
You could just make a friend like Freminet here. Isn't that right, Freminet?
Oh, ouch.
Is this what you meant by I'll help you make some more friends?
By offering me as free labor.
To be honest, that sounds pretty sweet. Could I have your contact, please?
I mean, it went somewhere.
Sure. Please, write down my address.
You sure are working hard to help Freminet socialize.
Trying to make
He was the one
friends.
who proposed doing this. He even wants to assist in our magic shows.
Yes, I was planning to first introduce Pear as an assistant, and later Freminet himself. In the future, I think we can leave underwater escape magic to him too.
That said, would anyone want to see a diver escape underwater?
I mean, yeah, he's a diver. He can hold his breath a long time.
Oh, it'll work out. Every journey begins with the first step. He'll become a part of our show eventually.
Lynette, could you come over? Miss Charlotte says she wants to take a picture of us.
Got it.
Oh, Discord. just Discord going on.
My, that Charlotte is rather perceptive. She got rid of everyone the moment she realized I had something to say to you. So, how have things been, traveler?
Aw, we wanted one-on-one time. To be gay.
Father says that you did a great deal during the latest events. She's very grateful for your contributions to Fontaine.
Does that mean she likes us? I would really like it if Father liked us.
That's alright. We were more than happy to help. So, what's she doing now?
Yeah, where is Father?
Oh, I guess you haven't heard. Well, after Lady Farina left, Father and Monsieur Neuvillette opened negotiations, during which he gave Fontaine's gnosis to her as a diplomatic gift.
Why? But also, okay then. Sure, why not? Neuvillette doesn't need it, apparently.
A diplomatic gift? A gnosis?
This keeps happening.
Yes, I was quite surprised at first myself. But when I thought it over, there were actually a number of things going for it. It could have been done as an apology for the incident with Lord Child, or as thanks for his help in tying the all-devouring narwhal down.
Or, you know, helping with Poisson.
Furthermore, Father did also lend significant aid to Fontaine and Poisson.
That's true, but this is a gnosis we're talking about. Doesn't this seem a bit irresponsible?
Neuvillette does not care.
I would agree, but I've also heard that it seems that Monsieur Neuvillette has had a significant change of heart regarding the matter.
It's like, I ain't worried about it.
So there's some reason for this that only Neuvillette knows about?
I love that no one knows yet. No one knows that he's the Hydro Dragon, or that he's gotten his sovereign dragon powers back.
I suspect you'll have to ask him about that yourself. Ah, yes, speaking of which, I did see him strolling around the entrance to the fortress of Meropide a while back.
Isn't he real busy and stuff? Paimon didn't think he'd have the time for that. But back to the topic. The gnosis was given to the knave, right? What about Child?
They say that he's returned to Snezhnaya to recover from his wounds. I hear that the recent disaster really did a number on his health.
Oh no. That's all we get. He did not have a fun time. The end. The poor child. I really want more of the get better hurt comfort fix out of this, but you know, it's fine. But hey, we're war buddies now.
That's true. When you think about it, we've had loads of run-ins with the Fatui. To think we'd be allied with them this time.
I mean...
So shocked by such a simple switching of sides?
Hey, Father. Hey, even the knave needs to see us off, okay?
Well, well, what do you know? Come to the docks to see how my children are doing and meet the traveler by chance. Please do not pay my accomplishments in Fontaine too much mind. I would have done them regardless.
Some of it, yes.
Are you going to take the gnosis back to Snezhnaya?
I mean, where else?
That is our duty as harbingers, yes.
What? Would she keep it?
Don't be too preoccupied with sides. The goal of the Fatui concerns not a single place or person, but the entire world. With such a grand goal in mind, it is inevitable that we must wear many masks. Switching my masks is something I've always done.
Will you keep to this position?
Well, that depends on many things. No one truly knows what the future holds. What good is honesty if you can't rely on it forever? As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration. Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners.
Wonder if that means we'll be friends with the Fatui next time. And I hate this part, because I know this part, and I hate this part. why do we just hand it off? It seemed like such a big deal. And we're just like, here, take this. Give it to Child. He probably wants it back. Will we explain why it was not working? No. Will we explain anything? No.
A vision? All right. I'll remember to return it. Thank you for keeping it safe for him this entire time.
You better give it to him. Like, I'm trusting you. But I don't know if I trust you enough to give this to Child.
And that's a wrap for me. Huh? You're...
Oh, Charlotte, no. You're not gonna get an interview. I'm sorry.
Greetings, Miss Journalist.
You can hope and pray all you want.
Hello. If I'm not mistaken, there are diplomatic channels I'll need to report to take a photo of you.
That is correct.
Please,
So
no
forgive me,
pictures.
but I will not be able to serve as a subject in your article. However, feel free to write as much as you'd like about our dear magicians and our upcoming rookie talent.
She's basically their manager.
I will.
The sea breeze is quite pleasant. I shall continue my walk while the weather remains so agreeable. Farewell.
Farewell, Father.
Oh, she has such an intimidating presence. I didn't even dare to take a picture. Thankfully, I've already wrapped up all my pre-scheduled interviews. Thank you all. This'll be more than enough for me to write about, I'm sure.
This is gonna be like a really long article.
Don't be too nervous. Why don't you take a magic pocket before you go? Here, traveler, Paimon, you take...
To move things about?
To hold more food.
That's right. Funny. I was giving out magic pockets when we first met too. And what do you know? I'm doing the exact same thing right now. So many things have happened, but the pockets are still the pockets.
I mean, yeah.
I guess this must be life. We will all follow our own paths, and serendipity will lead you to your fated friends. All right then. We'll be handing out pockets in some other districts later, so we'll get going now. Have a good day, you two.
Well, guess we sent Charlotte off. Shall we go see what Neuvillette's doing? Of course he's not so busy that he doesn't have time to chat anyway.
I mean, we could. There's nothing stopping us. Okay, that's just not fair. I have to run all the way around this darn thing to get to him. But I'm sort of annoyed all the child stuff was just dropped.
The entrance to the fortress! Ooh, he really is there!
Yeah. Can't wait to learn whatever lore thing we're gonna learn about this place.
So, you really are here, Neuvillette! Paimon didn't think you were going to have free time this hour of the day.
Really? Oh, I suppose you must have met Mr. Lyney. He took the time to greet me earlier when he passed this way.
Why was he passing this way?
In any case, you came at a good time. I was just considering reaching out to you to set up a meeting, so I may explain some things that I haven't had the time to before.
Oh, good. Thank you. Please explain.
Aw, Paimon's glad that you remembered. Thank you for keeping us on your mind, what with you being busy and all. Alright, let's have it then. How was Fontaine actually saved? The whole business is still quite the mystery to us.
Well, you see.
It is strange how words can often leave a bitter taste in the mouth when it finally comes time to say them out loud.
I'm gonna snooze the ad break a second so that we can get through Neuvillette's dialogue. Oh, telling you the truth about Focalor. Deceive the heavenly principles.
Whoa. So that's what happened?
I only saw the Farina part.
Fossilor destroyed the divine throne of the Hydro Archon and restored your power to you, transforming you into a fully fledged elemental dragon sovereign.
You know, just say that a little bit louder, Paimon. It's not like this is a secret or anything.
But Paimon still doesn't quite get what you did to save the Fontainians from dissolving.
Oh yeah, please explain that part.
For me, the authority of the ancient dragons refers to absolute control over the hydro element. Fontainians were incomplete humans born of Egeria's use of the power of the primordial sea, with constitutions similar to that of mimics. But so long as those primordial energies remain within them, I could use the ancient dragon's authority to grant them true blood, after the fashion in which life was first brought into being on this planet. In other words, when I gave my verdict, Fontainians became true humans, and thus would naturally no longer be dissolved by water from the primordial sea.
Fossilor must have counted on you to make that decision as well. Your verdict was the key to making the prophecy appear to have come true while saving everyone.
They were finally born. You know. A second birth.
Yeah, and in a manner of speaking, Fossilor finally managed to fulfill the original Hydro Archon's wish to turn Oceanids into real people too!
I mean, yay.
It seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask.
I have so many questions.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Yeah, explain why Child was
I have
guilty.
investigated his case along many avenues, and I have learned that he once fell into an unknown chasm when he was young.
Yeah?
There, by chance, he awakened the all-devouring narwhal.
Yeah? He was guilty of waking up the narwhal?
But whether it be by sentiment or reason, that should not have been enough to consider him the root cause of the disaster. At most, he would have had tangential liability. As for the judgment passed by the Oratrice during the trial, whether it was due to that liability by association or Fossilor deliberately using him to buy time for us on the assumption that he would be able to hold the creature off, I cannot say.
Yeah, it's like, could Fossilor foresee that he would break out of jail and fall into the primordial sea and fight the whale and live long enough to hold it back during that fight? Like, how could she have foreseen that?
Guess Fossilor had Fontainians in mind the whole time. In the end, it was thanks to her that they finally became real humans. Hang on a second. Paimon suddenly got another question.
Okay.
Back when Fontainians hadn't yet become real humans, were the children they had also transformed Oceanids?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I'm like, what if they, you know, had kids with a normal human? Is that like a half Ocean kid? It's been a few centuries. You can't tell me they haven't mingled with normal humans.
Life has always flowed like water. Do you recall how Fontainians would often come to the Fountain of Lucine to pray for children?
Oh no.
Yeah, Lynette said the fountain is where all the waters in Fontaine converge.
In truth, even those couples did not know that such prayers were no mere custom, but instead a form of ritual.
For, you know, hydro beings to reproduce.
Those Oceanids who were blessed within the spring water would later descend as new humans in the coming months.
Paimon sorta gets it now. Either way, seems like this ritual won't be of any further use, but it'll probably live on as a local custom.
Do you think?
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
About the Gnosis.
Oh, that's right! They say you've given it to the knave as a diplomatic gift or something!
Leaving aside their intentionality, the two Fatui Harbingers have indeed done much for us during this crisis. Their sole remaining goal in Fontaine, at least at this point, would seem to be the Gnosis.
So might as well get him out of my country.
The Oratrice has ceased to function. The Hydro Archon's divine throne is now no more, and I do not need the Gnosis's power. As such, it has lost all meaning for Fontaine. If the Fatui have impure designs, then we might as well accede to their request now, and avoid unnecessary conflict.
I mean, it makes sense.
What complicated considerations! Paimon thought you were just giving it to them out of gratitude to the knave and as an apology to Child.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
About the future.
Yeah, about that. Wriothesley said Farina has already left. What's that all about?
Ah, Lady Farina. The people are only aware that her death sentence has not been carried out. She abdicated the post of Hydro Archon and left affairs related to that title to me, before leaving the Opera House. I related Focalor's words to her faithfully and completely. After hearing them, she seemed neither saddened nor comforted. She simply said that she was tired and needed to rest.
I mean, valid.
Having said that, she then packed her things and moved out of the Opera House, not unlike how an ordinary person might.
Well, where did she go?
But she's still got a place to stay, right?
I'm like, is this a third homeless Archon? We can't keep having these.
You need not worry. I will make arrangements to ensure that she will not want for food, clothing, board, or travel. In truth, I am somewhat happy for her. The wear and tear on her spirit will, of course, take time to heal. But now that she no longer has to play the role of Focalor the Hydro Archon, she can finally lay down her burdens and lead a normal life.
What about you then? What are your plans now that you've regained your full powers as the Hydro Dragon?
After Focalor passed on, the Oratrice also ceased to function. This matter will directly affect our trials. After much careful consideration, I've decided to take over its role in our courts. From now on, I shall hear cases and pass verdicts by myself.
I mean, that's what you were already doing, but okay.
Looks like you're still considering stuff from the perspective of the Udex, huh?
I mean, that's what he was.
As an elemental dragon, there are indeed many things that I must do. But this power and this duty, in a manner of speaking, you could say that both were granted to me. As such, before I attend to my other responsibilities, I must first and foremost continue to serve Fontaine as its highest judge. The duty of the Hydro Sovereign and the duty of the Udex shall coexist within my person. Additionally, the Hydro Archon's departure has brought about another problem, which is that the Opera House shall no longer produce indemnitium.
Yeah, that's sort of your power source.
That's true. That power was derived from the people's faith in the Hydro Archon, wasn't it?
And if they don't believe in her anymore...
Wait, but the various mechs and machines in the city are all still okay. Where are they getting their energy from?
As I am now, I have full command over New Musia, and it can serve as a complete substitute. Another reason why I cannot quite leave Fontaine immediately.
Wow. This ancient dragon's authority stuff is really quite useful, huh?
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
You're a giant battery for all the mechs? Okay, then. Yeah, about Natalan.
You will soon be heading to Natlan, I presume.
Natlan. Sure. Natlan. Fine. I guess that's what we're calling it.
I'm afraid that I have little talent as a travel guide, so all I can do is tell you what I know about that land. As far as I'm aware, Natlan can be said to be a nation of dragons.
Ooh.
A nation of dragons? You mean like you?
No, I suspect that I would not find myself welcome there.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Unlike ancient dragons such as myself, the dragons of Natlan have undergone long years of development and evolution. Large numbers of them have entered a form of coexistence with humanity.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get dragons. And human-dragon hybrids.
Natlan is also the nation of war. War ravages those lands like an undying flame.
Yeah, that's the not good part.
There is one other piece of information I got incidentally from my negotiations with the Knave that I believe may be useful to you. The harbinger known as the Captain has thrown his hat into the endless ring of war.
Yeah, I don't want to go and deal with that. I just let him fight the war.
Sounds like a real tough customer. Seriously, everywhere you look, there's a Fatui Harbinger doing their thing.
I suggest that you fully prepare yourself before going to Natlan. In the meantime, Fontaine's doors will always be open to you. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
I think that was the last one. Yep.
Hang on a sec. Paimon's still got a question about the Gnosis. When we spoke to Lyney earlier, he mentioned that your attitude towards giving away the Gnosis had clearly changed. We guessed that there might be some reason for it that only you were aware of.
No wonder the House of the Hearth is the Fatui's intelligence division. They are certainly sharp.
No wonder they're spies.
So regarding this specific issue, I was just getting ready to share something with you.
Oh?
What is it?
In truth, I exchanged some further words with that lady named Skirk after sending you two back to the surface. It went something like this.
Bonus cutscene stuff.
Well, we're going to head topside to see what's going on. You hurry over soon as well, all right, Neuvillette?
And then we left.
What next?
The all-devouring narwhal isn't here, so I'm no longer getting any interference. I can finally catch the scent of your power, what it's made of. It is the authority of the planet's primordial dragons, but with something very similar to a god's curse mixed in. It's quite a novel blend. I'm sure I've encountered something like this before. What was it again?
I do not know what you speak of.
Of course. How could I forget? You should have the remains of the third descender on your person, yes?
I don't know what that is.
Remains? I've never heard of any such thing.
According to your parlance, I believe it may be called a gnosis.
Why are the remains the gnosises?
Well, that much is true. After Focalor's divinity faded, she handed her gnosis to me. But I fear I have never heard of it described in the manner that you just did.
I've been training with my master, the Foul, ever since I was young, and I have never returned to the surface since. So most of the information I possess, I got from him. It is only natural for those who are greater than humanity to possess a different sort of common sense, which is why there are so many problems in our attempts to communicate with humans.
Maybe if you socialized with them and didn't have huge egos, saying you're so much better than humans, maybe you could communicate better.
Regardless, you should probably get rid of objects of misfortune to prevent any disasters from befalling you.
You should probably get rid of the gnosis.
To live in itself is a blessing. But once a person dies, the bonds he once had with this world shall all turn to curses.
What do you mean by that?
No need to fret. These are just my personal thoughts, and my reason for no longer wishing to return to the surface.
This third descender you refer to, who are they? And when did they die?
Master never mentioned them to me. Perhaps it just wasn't that important for me to know. If you're interested, though, I could ask him. I'll be sure to pass the answer on to you next time.
Next time? You believe we will meet again?
It's supposedly hard to find you.
I do. Wait. I have a disciple of my own, don't I? He can be the messenger then.
I love how you forgot you had child. It's like, he's over there fighting the whale for months, and you're just like, oh wait, I have one of those disciple things. I'll have him send a note. How helpful.
That's what she told me. Whether it would prove useful or not, I wanted to pass that information on to you.
I do hope that means Child comes back. Like, in a chapter update before the end of Fontaine.
The remains of the third descender? So that's what the Gnosis actually are. Paimon just thought they looked like chess pieces. How could they be a person's remains?
Yeah.
All the same, assuming that there was no misunderstanding or special metaphor at play, that is what she meant to say.
I mean, we have dragon bones
And she said that it
everywhere.
would bring misfortune and that you should check it, which is why you gave it to the Fatui.
If she speaks the truth, then I would simply be putting Fontaine at unnecessary risk by keeping it here.
And if the Fatui want it so badly, they can deal with the cursed object. I don't care. I'm the fourth one, by the way. And the one who came before me already
be familiar
died.
with this concept, but I did not expect you to be one of them.
I mean, I'm not from this world.
That means that the Gnosis, which are exceedingly element compatible and can even enhance elemental abilities, do indeed come from the third descender. I wonder, does your body also possess similar properties?
I mean, in the way of I can wield all the elements, yeah. I don't think if you kill me, you'll get chess pieces. Let's just say that one.
Like being able to use elemental powers without a vision. That does sort of count as special compatibility, right?
I mean, and I've been able to do that.
No, let's not think about this stuff right now. It just feels creepy, comparing the Traveler to the dead third descender and all.
Don't worry, I won't die. Oh cool, ad break is starting, and I cannot delay it. Wonderful.
That's what you say, but this topic still feels like bad luck.
Talking about death is usually bad.
Once Child recovers, let's get some more answers out of him. Or go look for his master and get the answers that way.
I too believe it unwise to make too many blind guesses when information is lacking. The same is true of being at court.
Alright. Whatever the case, it seems like the crisis here in Fontaine's over for now.
Yes. All of Focalor's efforts were for this moment as well.
But she sacrificed herself in the end as a god, and she suffered through all those years as a human. Was that really what she wanted?
Also, there's a Hydroculus up on the thing, and I'm noticing it now.
I suppose that would be the mystery of a god's will.
Can you understand the will of the
I
gods?
suspect not. But once in a while, I too would guess that if wishes were like the clouds in the sky, they will one day return to the earth as raindrops. Life flows like water, and rain is the final answer. The water levels may sometimes tilt one way or another, but the rain falls fairly upon all. And what, ultimately, is the difference between the rains that fall upon all of us?
We completed it! I'm gonna wait for ad break. Oh, don't fall off the bridge. Let's give Traveler the thing. Yeah. Also, fun fact about Bennett's exclamation mark is that it's the notification's gone. It finally goes away. Which is amazing. Ooh, more wishes. Okay. Welcome back from ad break. I just barely finished the thing. My bad.
It seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask.
But also Neuvillette was still here,
Ask
so.
away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Oh, okay. So it's just everything.
I suggest that you fully prepare yourself before going to Natlan.
Okay. That's all I get. Great. Wonderful. Anyway, I need to climb up way up there to get the Hydroculus that's up there. How? I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out on the way up. Oh, this is still super tall. Don't know if we can make it. It's gonna be a very slow climb. And then we still might not make it. Oh no. we might make it. Okay. I'm gonna eat a food. Just to be safe. I never eat stamina food anyway, so I might as well. I should have eaten this one, but yeah, no. Come on, come on, I'm so close. I am so close. Please, please, please. Please. Oh my god. Come on. Boom. I'm awesome. And there's another one. Where? Down maybe? Oh, there's a chest up there. I do see that. Oh, come on, man. Why do they all got these caps? Why? Come on. Sure, I saw something up here. Are you kidding me? It's just the cat. Really? Is there nothing? Oh, come on. That's not fair. Fine, there better be one in the center here. Right? Yeah. There it is. Let's give these to the statue. Oh wow, that took an hour. Yeah, I'm gonna ignore that commission one. Okay, L2. Yeah, I can unlock Freminet. But I'm not gonna get the quest until I finish Wriothesley's.
All the world holds deep.
Let's see. Then I have 2 wishes. Weapon? Oh wait, I probably want to be wishing on Baizhu. And a weapon, so it didn't matter. Okay. Oh, right. I need to get the camera. So I don't really want to fall into Wriothesley's character quest and then not have time to finish it, but...
Huh? Isn't that Charlotte? What could she want with Lapine Pauline?
Pretty please with the cherry on top, Charlotte. Journalist extraordinaire. Please tell me you're joking. I read that a gang of criminals tricked the Gardamex by disguising themselves as Blubberbeat. I've invested all my savings into graph adversarial technology, and even I'm begging you like the beggiest beggar in all of beg.
Whoa.
Okay. I need you to calm down a little, Miss Lapine Pauline. I admire your passion for your research, and I don't mean to dash your hopes for those, big-ticket orders. But I'm afraid I'm not joking. The Blubberbeast incident was a short story mailed to us by an anonymous amateur author, written in the style of a true story.
Oh, Paimon sees what happened here. Sounds like the report Lapine Pauline read in the Steambird wasn't in the news section after all.
Funnily enough, I actually remember being in a meeting where the editing team was debating the potential risk of misleading the public with this story. They even went to Maison Gardiennage for advice. But to our surprise, they fully supported us printing it. They figured that the false intel would be a great way to dupe potential criminals into wearing ridiculous costumes when breaking the law. In truth, Gardamex are extremely sophisticated in their capabilities. They can identify criminals just as reliably as the best human guards, so a crude disguise isn't gonna get you far. If anything, it'll just make you stand out all the more. Since we ran that story, the Maison Gardiennage has made a slew of arrests, including, one phantom blubberbeast, a titanic red-crowned finch, and a specter man. So I knew this story had helped out law enforcement, but this is the first time I'm learning of an innocent citizen being deceived by it, and investing so much mora for nothing.
Sorry about that.
Uh-oh. So Lapine Pauline's whole research project is based on a fictional story?
Yep.
Which means we're not gonna get a big bonus after all. But more importantly, she's gonna lose everything she's invested.
Traveler! Paimon! You're back! I was in the area taking some photos for a story when I got to talking to Miss Lapine Pauline about her research. She told me about your collaboration. She was hoping I could write an article to spread awareness about image recognition technology. She even paid me for the article and gave me one of her prototype devices before I could get a word in.
Whoops.
I unfortunately had to dash her hopes, and I'm afraid all your hard work was in vain too. She's desperately trying to find a way to rescue the project and get you the mora you're due. I've tried to let her down gently, but she's finding it all very hard to accept.
This is a new situation for us too. It's such a pity. It seems like the author was only trying to make the story interesting, and the Maison Gardiennage only had Fontaine's best interest in mind.
She's just a victim of a misunderstanding.
Wait, Miss Lapine Pauline, what are you doing?
Oh, we got a follower 18 minutes ago and I did not notice. I'm sorry. The notification sound didn't go off.
The opera at Biclez and get a one-way ticket
Supposed to do
the
that.
Fortress of Meropide.
Whoa.
That
Do
way,
not do that.
I won't have to repay my debts. It's the only way I can afford to keep on living.
Whoa.
There's no need to go that far. I mean, come on. Look at you. You wouldn't even dent the Gardamex armor. In all likelihood, they'd only hold you up at the Maison Gardiennage for a few days before letting you out, and then you'd still have to repay your debts.
This is true.
Actually, instead of going into the technicalities of that, how much did you actually invest? How bad can it really be?
Oh, I don't want to know.
270,000 mora.
What?
Okay, well, escaping to the Fortress of Meropide over a sum like that seems like a last resort. Surely there must be other options.
Not anymore. I used to be an equipment supplier to the Fontaine Research Institute before that blew to pieces, and now I'm just a small-time engineer. I scraped together some savings over the past few years, but I put every last mora into this project, and now I'm left with nothing.
Oh, we'll have to rework the project.
It's not just my savings that are gone. It's my whole future as a graph adversarial technology specialist and my dreams of becoming a billionaire one day.
Maybe lower those dreams a little.
My life is over.
Don't despair, Miss Lapine Pauline. I think I know a way for you to turn this around. This prototype you've given me, the camera lens for image recognition sample collection. It's really quite something. You said you designed it specifically for high-fidelity image capture and analysis, yes?
Which means it can take HD photos.
The rapid focal length adjustment is a very useful function in its own right. It's sure to make many journalists' jobs much easier. In fact, I'd say it has the potential to revolutionize Fontaine's news media. So your research efforts thus far are by no means in vain. The technology you've developed may have many applications that you've never even considered.
Really?
Absolutely. I've been working as a journalist for the Steambird for a long time now. No one understands the issues we journalists face on a day-to-day basis better than me. So keep calm, take heart, and start thinking about mass production. In the meantime, I'll show your invention to all my colleagues to drum up interest in your product.
It will sell cameras.
I can't believe it. If this is true, then I can look into setting up a whole camera lens development pipeline. My big-ticket orders and billionaire aspirations are still in the cards.
I guess.
Maybe I should consider taking out another loan.
No.
That way, I can rapidly improve the lens production process, be the first to market, and prepare to battle for dominance in the camera industry.
Do not gamble away more money.
Come on, stop daydreaming about your pipelines for a minute. Just take it one step at a time and see how it goes. There's no sense in putting all your eggs in one basket before things are even off the ground.
And I can probably speak to some people I know and license my image recognition device to a workshop to raise some funds. I can't believe I didn't think of this sooner. There's no time to lose. I need to get to work. Early bird gets the worm.
Can you believe her? She just ran off. Paimon's pretty sure our advice went in one ear and out the other.
Yup.
It's understandable. When inspiration and passion strike at the same time, it's all too easy to throw yourself headfirst into your work and forget about everyone around you. But don't you worry. I'm gonna write an article on all this, and I'll be checking in on her regularly. Her research has the potential to benefit the entire journalistic community. I'll give her plenty of input to stop her from going down any rabbit holes, and make sure mass production of her lens can begin as soon as possible.
It's reassuring to know that you'll be looking out for her, Charlotte.
Star journalist to the rescue.
Actually, you know what? Why don't you two take this prototype lens? I'm sure you'll have plenty of chances to use it on your travels.
Woo, we
it
get
takes
the
right
camera.
person to get the most out of a new technology. In your hands, it's sure to capture some amazing sights.
Thanks a lot, Charlotte. No bonus, no biggie. This makes everything worth it.
You're welcome. I got something out of this too. The beginnings of a very interesting news story. The boundaries between real news reports and news-like fiction must not be blurred, even when there's a compelling justification for doing so. Yes, that's how I'll phrase it to the editors when I give them my feedback. Let's hope we don't mislead any more well-meaning citizens in the future.
So I can give it to Charlotte, who I got while wishing on Farina's banner. Okay. I was trying to get rid of whatever notification I had. Alright, so we're supposed to... So I didn't know this was an audio-based quest until, like, I walked up to the people and she started talking. And I'm like, oh, is this, like, supposed to be the big event in Fontaine? Because last time we had an event in Fontaine, there was no dialogue.
Is this the stretch of water Delaroche was talking about? It looks really peaceful. Huh? Look, there are some footprints over there.
Investigate.
These look pretty fresh. Did the water imp get someone again? Let's look around and see if we can find anything else.
So we think a water imp siren thing is luring people into the water to drown, which isn't a good thing. Oh no. But the answer is Freminet. Yeah. Paimon!
Paimon? Traveler? I'm sorry. I forgot I was still wearing this.
We don't have an animation of him taking it off, so here we are.
Paimon, are you okay?
Paimon nearly mistook you for a water imp. Thank goodness it was just you wearing your helmet.
Huh? A water imp?
We're investigating a water imp.
Thelxie, you say? How surprising.
Huh? You know that name too? Or do you know someone else who's trying to investigate the water imp?
No. I think our situations are probably unrelated.
What's going on with you?
Sure, if that's in order.
No, we're not gonna order you around.
I know the name because of one of my employers. She noticed the clockwork penguins I brought to the workshop and contacted me through the shop's owner. She has commissioned me to make a special toy.
Oh.
Following her request, I've named the toy Thelxie.
Huh? But isn't it a little creepy to name a toy after a water imp? Wait, hold on. Freminet, you never take commissions from other people.
You're selling toys now? But also, it's like calling it a mermaid. A mermaid toy is about a creature that pulls people into the ocean and drowns them.
Yeah, but, she made a special request. But out of respect for her privacy, I can't really talk about it.
I wonder who it is.
It's alright, though. She'll be coming over to check on my progress shortly, and I'll just tell her that you're two of my trustworthy companions. Hearing that, she might be willing to share some information, and you'll be able to continue with your investigation.
Huh. Even though you seem a little cold and reserved sometimes, you're still really considerate.
Paimon!
Our target isn't necessarily the water imp, though. We're primarily here to investigate the disappearance of the fish.
The fish?
And then the Fishing Association sent us.
I think I may have connected the dots.
What scared away the fish?
These past few weeks, I've been taking Thelxie for underwater testing every day. The pressure testing makes a lot of noise. So, all that about the disappearing fish, well, it was probably because of me.
Sound disturbance.
So that's all it was? That actually makes a lot of sense. Wait, so could that mean the child we heard about who walked into the water was also...
Just Freminet walking into the water? Yes. Yes, it was just
I think
Freminet.
that's quite likely as well.
Poor boy.
So in the end, it was just Freminet. Paimon spent all this time imagining what a water imp from the fairy tales might look like, and it all turns out to be just a hoax.
To be fair, he's making a toy of one.
I'm sorry. It sounds like I've created a lot of trouble for everyone else as well. I'll try to finish this commission as soon as possible. Once I'm done, the fish should come back.
We'd be happy to help. Is there anything we can do?
Thanks for offering. But I can't trouble you any more than I already have.
But we need the primo gems, man.
Hey, it's no trouble at all. Didn't you just call us your trustworthy companions? Companions are all about helping each other, you know?
But don't you need to report back to your commissioner?
Nope, that's not how it works. See, Paimon's got these commissioner types all figured out, even though we were just tasked with finding out why the fish had gone missing. If we tell them now that it was all just a misunderstanding, you can bet they'd just immediately hand us another commission to help them get the fish back.
We're not gonna go tell them we solved the problem just to be sent back here to solve the new problem. We're just gonna solve the new problem and bill them for both. You know, double up the price.
Exactly! So if we can help you finish up your work and get the fish back, that would save us an extra trip.
I mean, they're right.
Is that what you'd like to do as well?
Yeah, we think Paimon's right.
Alright, I'll trust your judgment. Please follow me. I've made a makeshift camp over there. I've stored Thelxie in the tent. He can respond to some simple verbal commands. You can try calling his name and see if he'll come over.
Oh, he's a little penguin.
Sounds pretty advanced. Let Paimon give it a try. Hey, Thelxie! Are you there?
Hi, Thelxie. Oh, he's a cute little penguin. Is that Morse code?
So that's Freminet's version of Thelxie. It's also penguin-shaped, just like Pear.
Yep. Had Thelxie lived in Penguin Town, he'd probably have become great friends with Pear.
Where's Penguin Town?
It's not really anywhere famous or important. Don't worry about it.
Hold on, Freminet, did you make up a made-up town for your penguin toy called Penguin Town?
Hey, Thelxie. Nice to meet you. Do you know how to say hello?
Sure.
I wanted to install a language output module, but due to time constraints, I had to give up on the idea.
Whoops.
As it stands, Thelxie can only output messages that were pre-written into its motherboard. I haven't given him the ability to convert those messages into discernible words, so he can't really talk to us just yet.
But can the Morse code be things?
No need to get so technical. So basically, you want us to help you complete and install this language module, right?
I don't think that's the priority.
No.
Yeah.
There's no need. That wasn't one of my employer's requests. It was just something I wanted to try. I have two other things I'd like your help with. The first is to do some integration testing on Thelxie's motherboard, to make sure he will be able to function properly in most situations.
That doesn't sound too hard. And what's the other thing?
The other shouldn't take too long either. You'll need to find Thelxie some colorful shells and coral, so I can craft a weapon for him.
Why does he need a weapon?
Does he have to fight?
Mm-hmm. Thelxie will need to be able to charge forward with a weapon in hand, like that brave prince of legend. It's a part of my employer's request.
But it's a penguin robot. It can't fight things.
An imaginative employer, naming Thelxie after a water imp, but wanting him to look like a prince?
Well, regardless of his role or species, Thelxie's purpose is the same. Just like Pear, he has come to this world to serve as somebody's companion.
Oh.
Whoa, Thelxie just said something again! Could he understand what we were just talking about?
He can react to certain key words, but unfortunately, due to the lack of a translation module, he still can't quite communicate with us.
We probably need to work on that.
That's a pity. But anyway, the most important thing right now is for us to get to work. Maybe let's start by doing some testing on the motherboard. That sounds like something we can do here in the camp.
Sounds good. The motherboard is on my workbench, so please follow me.
Wait, why is it not in Thelxie? Why is the motherboard not in the toy? How is he on right now without it? Hold on. Is this motherboard 2.0?
Here we go. I have this testing manual, so feel free to reference it if you get stuck. Want to give it a try? It's okay if you don't succeed immediately. I've got a lot of backup boards just in case.
Oh, be careful with the soldering. Don't worry.
Okay. Knowing you, I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out.
Watch this not actually be wiring and soldering. It's not. It's a board game. Wonderful. Okay. There we go. That was
My
really
publishing
easy.
house has released numerous works
And
that lay
outbreak
out military strategy.
You're doing well. Just as I expected.
We've taken on a lot of similar tasks before, you know.
Then let's move on to the underwater part. It's just as I mentioned earlier. We're after colorful shells and coral. Oh, speaking of which, you're both already pretty used to Fontaine's underwater environment, right?
I'm an expert.
Okay,
Don't worry.
That's good. Just let me know if you ever feel uncomfortable. I'll make sure to stay right by your side.
Aw, thanks, buddy. You're always watching out for us. But don't worry, we got this. We know how to travel in water. We are the mermaid, because we're Kokomi. There we go. Seashells, seashells by the seashore.
It should be right over there. We'll be able to find something that'll help us with our search.
Oh.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
it. We call this thing an echoing conch. It can detect special reflection waves in the water to help us with all kinds of underwater exploration and excavation efforts. Here, try it.
They really are holding your hand like you've never been underwater before, huh?
The echoing conch should have detected some just now. Let's go check them out.
Inscribed shell number 1. He lies if his bones are coral made? I don't know what that means. Whoops.
Alright, these should be enough. Let's head back to camp. Thank you for staying out here with me all this time.
It was only like a few minutes, buddy. Happy to help, but it wasn't exactly hard. Hold on. What's this? Does it go to this? No. Did I find a new puzzle? Oh yeah. Am I willingly distracting myself? Oh yeah. Okay, what? Oh, you're the thing I have to disable. Oh, I need to get the octopus. There we go. Now I can control the cannon. Fire. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be aiming for. That's too high. What are we supposed to be shooting here? Nothing? Nothing got destroyed. It's supposed to do something. I do not see any. I'm supposed to open this door too. Oh, because there's a side. Nope. Well, I'm not solving this puzzle right now. Let's return to Freminet's camp. Instead of doing Wriothesley's character quest, we're doing a Freminet character quest. But that's fine, we'll do the Wriothesley one Wednesday because this ends, well, this ends in a week, but I'd like to get some of it done before next week.
Freminet, you're back. I thought you might have been out diving.
I'm sorry, Madame d'Estrée. I must have kept you waiting. I can report, though, that the construction of Thelxie is going quite smoothly.
There's no rush. I'm your employer, not your supervisor. And these two are...
people helping.
Oh, they're two of my trustworthy companions. They're here to help me work on Thelxie.
Yes, I see. I suppose it's only natural for someone responsible like you to have some reliable friends.
It's really nice to meet you, Madame d'Estrée. Are you Freminet's employer? Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
Greetings, my friends. Just call me Zuria. You are both so adorable. The sight of you reminds me of little fairies under a cottage roof.
I mean, that is true.
Oh, do you really think so?
Do I look like a fairy, too?
Of course. If my child had friends like you, then perhaps he wouldn't have become so obsessed with the tales of water imps. And I wouldn't have had to trouble Freminet here with this commission.
Aw, it's just a toy for your kid.
Obsessed with the tales of water imps?
Ah, so you don't know anything about my request yet? I would have thought Freminet had explained it to you already.
It was confidential.
Well, Freminet told us that it was a private matter, so he didn't want to just share it willy-nilly.
I see. So Monsieur Freminet is even more discreet than I had thought. As you are assisting him with the project, I believe it'll be beneficial for you to learn more about its vision and history.
I mean, it is a good idea to learn the intent of what we are trying to make.
It would be quite impolite of me to simply pile all of my troubles on you without your permission. So, would you like to listen to my story?
Sure, I guess.
Sure, you can tell us anything. You've already said nice things about us, so we'll try our best to help you get through your troubles.
That's it. You only have to say nice things and then we'll help.
Ah, what a lovely little fairy. Then let me think of a way to put my situation into words. I'm sure you're already familiar with the tale of the water imps, right? Simply put, parents came up with a story, painting water imps as scary abductors in an effort to convince their children to stay away from the water. My child is rather special, however. While most other children are terrified of Thelxie, he's infatuated with him.
Aww.
Infatuated? With a water imp? What a brave soul.
I mean, sure. It's called a special interest, Paimon.
Yes. He told me that he thought the water imp might have just been misunderstood. In his mind, instead of singing to abduct children, the water imp actually sang out of a longing for companionship. As a result, he often goes near the water in secret.
Aw, 'cause he wants a friend. And he's like, if there's a water imp who's also lonely, maybe we can both be friends.
Huh. So he wanted to become friends with the water imp so it wouldn't be lonely any longer? What a unique way of thinking.
What a nice way of thinking.
Thank you, little Paimon. He indeed has always stood out from the crowd. He was actually diagnosed with loneliness syndrome when he was only 8 years old.
Gee, thanks. That's a disorder now? Love it. But, I mean, I feel like they're probably alluding to an actual mental disorder. Probably autism. But to call it loneliness syndrome is sort of funny.
It's a type of mental disorder. Those affected by it often feel extremely lonely and lose interest in many mundane activities. The syndrome is probably what made him so determined to become friends with the water imp.
Correction, he has ADHD. He has no interest in mundane activities. That's attention deficit right there.
Oh no. Is it a very serious disorder?
If you were to become afflicted with the disorder, Paimon, you would only be able to say less than a fraction of the words you're saying to the traveler now.
Unless, wait, so is it not, so it's like anxiety, sort of a shy anxiety thing. Select mutism is what it's called. Selective mutism? Maybe it's that.
No! Paimon won't accept that! We would have to find a doctor to help cure Paimon. Paimon has a 2,000 word quota for days with the traveler and she won't settle for a single word less!
Oh my god, Paimon. Okay, I love you, honey. It depends, okay? And we wouldn't try to cure you. That's the wrong thing to do when kids just are shy. You help them out, but you don't, you know.
The family doctor has already begun to treat my son. But since the disorder is rare, there aren't many good regimens for treatment. He's also developed some new symptoms lately. Such as uncontrollable delusions.
What? He's hallucinating? That's,
Huh? Uncontrollable what now?
Uncontrollable delusions. To put it simply,
yeah.
He can no longer differentiate between fantasy and reality, and spends all his time in his fantasy world.
Disassociation. Yay. Also, Freminet, why do I feel like you also have this thing? And that's why you met this lady? And then you got introduced to her because you're both dealing with the same thing. But you're working on it and doing a lot better.
Then what is he seeing in his fantasy world?
Thelxie.
It's a dream that he often mentioned to me when he was younger. I've compiled what I could understand of his recent rambling. It goes a bit like this.
Amazing! Your son came up with all of this? He really crafted a lovely fairy tale world for Thelxie. It's like a beautiful dream.
Yeah, gotta love our fantasy worlds. That you do get very into those. But most of the time, it's not supposed to be an actual delusion you think is real. So much as something you really wish was real, and prefer to be thinking about that fantasy than dealing with the real world. At least that's what the disassociation part is.
But perhaps no beautiful dream can ever last long. You see, the story ended with a twist.
Oh no.
How could the story end like this? Is that kind of fantasizing what caused your son to develop his loneliness syndrome?
I mean, you don't develop it just from thinking up weird stories, man.
Well, it'd be more accurate to say that it was the syndrome that caused such terrible delusions to manifest.
Yeah.
But in any case, the biggest problem is the patient eventually loses themselves to the fantasy world of their own creation.
Yeah, Freminet's talking a little too much from experience. Again, Penguin Town.
My poor child can no longer differentiate between imagination and reality. He's begun to see himself as Thelxie.
Ah.
Perhaps in his mind, the loneliness he felt became the same as that of a prince who lost everything he ever loved or stood for.
I mean, yeah.
What? So that's what you meant by uncontrollable delusions. Then we have to help him snap out of it.
I mean, but isn't he just a kid?
Yes. Most of the time, he acts as if he can no longer sense or interact with the real world at all. I've had several discussions with the doctor, and we think it is best to try to guide his fantasy.
So he pretends to ignore everything? Okay, then.
He once wanted to make a picture book of his imaginary world. But since the disorder progressed too quickly, he never quite got past the first page of the book. If we could use this book as a breakthrough for his condition. Here, you can take a look.
Ah, so Zuria's son also saw Thelxie as a penguin. Oh, he looks so sad.
I just need to mute stuff going off on my computer so that it stops going off during the stream.
What we should do now is help him complete this picture book.
Okay, we should be good.
However, we'll need to chase away his loneliness and sorrow and let him perceive a world full of hope again. That's what I mean by guiding his fantasy.
Which, I mean, hallucinations are a thing. And delusional worlds are also a thing. I just don't think it was ever called loneliness syndrome.
But if
But I
suggest
guess
we
that's
finish
because
the
it's supposed to be
picture
a
book.
fantasy
Why does Freminet
thing.
need to make a Thelxie as well?
Because we need to treat the book's story seriously, as if it's a history of things that have really happened. We'll need to go on a journey like Thelxie and help him regain his crown and country.
So we need to convince the kid that the toy is Thelxie instead of him.
My child can no longer go on a journey of his own. This is why I commissioned Freminet here to craft a Thelxie, and then I'll paint the journey with this Thelxie into the picture book.
I mean, do you really need to have an actual physical one play it out? You could just think up the story and write it out.
Ah, like a stand-in for your son. Paimon's starting to get it now. Oh, you really put a lot of thought into this, Zuria. Paimon still has one question, though. Where will we be able to find a Water Imp Kingdom?
Yeah.
There are some ruins on the seabed of the Salacia Plains. I've already asked Freminet to research them for me. We'll be able to use one of the ruins as the kingdom.
Oh, so we'll just need to act out a performance of, a brave journey through the Kingdom of Water Imps. As long as we chase away the monsters in the ruins, it'll count as chasing away the monsters in the Water Imp Kingdom, right?
We can do that.
Sadly, no.
Oh.
We won't just be putting on a performance. It's just as Zuria said. We need to take this seriously. And the only way we can take this seriously is if we choose to believe everything that's happening is real.
I mean...
So we'll be playing it straight? Or, making it a fully immersive experience? Oh, neither of those really sound right. Well, either way, we'll still be able to help, right?
I'll try my best.
It's all right. There's no need to get that serious. It's not a big deal. I believe in my son. We can just see this as him wanting to stay asleep for a bit longer, because he's so enamored with his dream.
Zuria.
Keep your spirits up, everyone. If we were to look troubled, my son is sure to become anxious as well. I should be heading back right about now to check on my son. We temporarily moved to a place on the hill over there, so my son will have a better spot to convalesce. It's not far from the water, and there's also a great view. Feel free to come find me if anything urgent comes up.
Understood. There's also one last thing. Since these two friends were able to help me out, I've made some more progress on Thelxie. I estimate that he should be ready sometime tomorrow.
That's great news. I must thank you all. With that in mind, how about we meet here in 2 days' time to head to the Kingdom of Water Imps? All right, everyone. Let's meet again in another 2 days.
Zuria sure is a brave and optimistic lady. Freminet, do you think her plan will work out?
Let's discuss that over by the tent. There were a few things that I didn't bring up because the Madame was here.
Okay. What are you about to share with us, Freminet? Thelxie's log number 3. So Freminet can vaguely understand Thelxie with the helmet.
What is it, Freminet? What did you want to say?
If you don't mind me asking, I would like the two of you to mentally prepare yourselves.
Mentally prepare ourselves for what?
This is the first time that you've met anyone with the syndrome, right? I know you two are both really strong and will do everything you can to help the child. But with the syndrome being the way it is, if things don't...
What'll happen?
If things don't quite turn out as we wish, I hope you'll be able to accept the outcome and not put too much blame on yourselves.
What might happen?
Freminet, why do you bring this up all of a sudden? Didn't we just promise Zuria that we'll be optimistic about everything working out?
It's not that I'm not optimistic. It's just...
You know this illness very well. Because you have it, buddy. And so we're sitting down to explain that we have a character with a mental disability. I mean, hey, we have one of those now. And we're sitting down to explain what that mental disorder is. So, I mean, I'm not upset we're doing this whole event thing. I guess.
So that's why you looked like you knew exactly what she was talking about. Wait, Freminet, don't tell Paimon that you also...
have hallucination fantasies? Sometimes.
No.
What?
Please don't misunderstand. I've never had it. I've just...
Oh, come on.
I've just seen many cases of it at the House of the Hearth, back when we lived under the previous director.
So it is some form of disassociation syndrome, where they willingly disassociate so as to not deal with reality when under not great living conditions. But also, I'm pretty sure it's about you. And if they decide to, you know, wimp out and not actually let you have the loneliness syndrome, I'm sorry, why did we name it that? I mean, come on.
They say there are many factors surrounding the development of this illness. I've heard everything from hereditary factors and one's state of mind, to environmental factors, and even ley line disorder effects.
Yup.
Some even say it could be caused by contamination from god remains.
Yup. It's like, we don't know why the kid is autistic. It might be the fairies, for all we know.
And from the cases I've seen, there weren't many positive outcomes. In the worst cases, the patient could even pass away.
That's not good. Is it because of, like, the depression of it? The risk of walking around while not seeing reality?
What? It can get that serious? And here Paimon thought they'd just stop talking as much.
Yeah, that's just the nature of it. So if you'll find it difficult to cope with the worst case scenario, I would prefer that you back out right now. I don't want you to help only to feel like you failed.
I'm not giving it some... I'm helping. I don't think it will come to a worst case scenario because we're all here watching the kid during the hallucination to help and support him so that nothing bad happens. That's why we're all standing here while this happens. But yeah, we've seen some strange and tough things.
I've seen all of those things too. No matter how hard it might get, we won't be scared.
Really? Then in that case, let's see this real-life fantasy adventure together to the end.
Yeah! But Paimon has a question. If this illness can really be as bad as you've described, then do you really think Zuria's method will be able to help? After all, we'll just be using a toy as Thelxie and some ruins as the Kingdom of Water Imps. The whole adventure will only be turned into a picture book for her son to read.
Yeah, in theory, the son should be going on the adventure.
Well, I think it should be able to do something. To harbor a fantasy means that the child wants to save himself somehow. The only reason he's allowed his dream kingdom to fall is because he's lost control of his heart. But if we can help him regain control and escape from the darkness, we'll be able to change his world. Like helping someone who's lost their voice be able to speak again.
Oh, Paimon sees what you're saying now. Huh. How do you understand all of this so well, Freminet?
Because he has the syndrome, and he's just lying to say he doesn't.
Well, maybe because I have also had many of my own dreams in the past. I even had my own fairy tale world, much like that boy's. I was able to draw a lot of support from it, so I believe in the power of fantasy worlds.
Yeah, the Penguin Town was made up. No way.
So you remembered.
I'm sorry.
What Penguin Town? Why doesn't Paimon remember? Is that also a fairy tale world? Don't leave Paimon in the dark!
Paimon, he literally mentioned it like 20 minutes ago. Though I guess we paid attention and you didn't. He got overstimulated. We're sorry. Our bad.
Hey, why did you put that on?
Oh, Paimon. We're gonna have to sit you through sensitivity training, I swear.
It's just one of my personal quirks. Please pay it no mind.
It's called you were too loud. And as long as I have this, there's a distance.
Anyway, Penguin Town is a peaceful place with lots of penguin residents. They're all really good at making clockwork toys. And Pear is the town's triumphant hero, as well as the one who quietly protects the whole place.
And it's also my little toy.
Pear? But didn't you make Pear yourself?
Yes.
Well, I often think that Pear only came to me because he realized how much I needed him. So it's not so much that I made Pear, as Pear chose me as his friend.
Which is how it is with Thelxie.
Freminet, are you sure you're not losing control of your fantasies as well?
Okay, Paimon, that is also really rude to say to someone who may or may not have hallucinations. You don't just say that stuff, okay?
No, I don't think so. I can still differentiate between fantasy and reality. I just believe that the fairy tale world of my dreams must also exist somewhere.
Okay, yeah, that's usually how people develop to separate themselves from the hallucinations as they grow older.
It might just be hidden, which is why it's difficult to see. Or it will only reveal itself at very specific times.
Specific times? Like when you put on your diving helmet?
Sure. Yeah, if it means you'll let him do that whenever and stop pointing it out.
Yeah. That's the general idea of it.
Really? I just said that because you put on your helmet.
No shit.
Have you ever observed the surface world from underwater? It's as if you're viewing a whole different world from the outside. It's a very surreal feeling. Both alienating, but also as if you're being protected by something. I have a similar feeling when I put on my diving helmet. In those moments, it's possible to see some truly wondrous things, as if a fairy tale has become reality. It's almost like a sort of miracle.
It also helps him keep calm.
Really? Like a miracle?
Now I want to try on your helmet too. Will it help me with my issues?
That's in order.
No, I would never order you to take off your comfort thing. What? Hell no. God, Traveler, we also need to go to sensitivity training. I'm just kidding.
Hey, don't you still need time to work on Thelxie's weapon? We don't want to keep you from finishing your commission.
Right. I still have to collect some tools I'll need to craft the weapon. I've got to finish everything before tomorrow. Thank you for reminding me, Paimon. I'm sure there'll be other opportunities for you to try my helmet. Thanks for all of your help. I'll be off for now. Let's meet up here again in 2 days.
Woo, part 1 complete. But, oh, forgetting something. Well then, I don't know what this is, but it's pretty. Also has custom music, okay. Yeah, these are the puzzles. Okay, I'm right at the puzzles, cool. But yeah, it's interesting because they are definitely going with... Yeah, and so it's his meds. And then, you know, the log book. It's interesting for them to actively be trying to, you know, tell a story with a mentally... Wait, no, that's not delete. There we go. A mentally disabled character isn't something you'd expect from Mihoyo. Like, we've had characters, like, I've joked about Alhaitham being autistic, but they're sitting down and saying there's a fantasy syndrome in universe for a character, and that's a new thing. So I'm curious about how they're gonna go with this. Especially since it's not one of, like, the easier ones, I'd say. To go full on into hallucination sort of stuff for your first real talk about mental disorders is, I mean, it's jumping in the deep end. I'll just say that. Is this right? Okay, that was correct. Cool. How do we... Oops. Delete that one. And do that. There we go. Ta-da! Oh, it's, okay. Let's see how this works. Oh, that wasn't too hard. These seem fairly simple. What? No! Can't delete that. They can't cross, can they? Yeah, no. Because that closes that off from... Yup, okay. Oh, wait. We just keep this penguin busy. We just make him walk the long way. There we go. I solved it. I'm just gonna do this first and see what happens. Okay. Cancel, delete. Cancel. sense. Because that has to go there, right? That can't... Oh, can it bend? Hold on. Yeah, no, because that's only one entry one. Just delete, delete, delete. That was incorrect. It's not you that needs to be slowed down, it's you. Oh wait, that was not right either. I almost have it. Almost have it. There we go. There it is. I just needed to stall the one penguin. That's the two penguin. That's the one penguin. Spoilers, it's the same answer as the other two puzzles. There we go. Okay, was that all of them? Is that all my gems? All my primo gems? Oh right, and I can do the next part of that one. Rewards. Cool. And then this one's just finding seashells. And this one is after we do the next story bit. Cool, and that was the only one that gave primo gems. Hey, but I'm gonna unlock Freminet. Awesome. Because I do not have him yet. Oh, and these give 80. But now I'm gonna do some more wishes. 'Cause I have like 2 more. I am tiptoeing my way towards a 5-star.
Respect must be given to the will of every creature.
Oh cool, and I got that one done.
Each fish in the ocean swims in its own direction.
That's nice, Kokomi. We're gonna go do this challenge. Down in the ocean floor. Oh, come on. There it is. need something. Hey, who are you guys? Okay. Oh, there's more. And the last one. Okay, where is the next one? Because these are really easy. Oh, that is, not in the water. And after this, we will be wrapping up stream. Just want to get the last few easy to get primo gems. See if I get either of these two characters. Oh, whoops. Oh, is that the bomb guy? Yeah. I'm just gonna ignore the crab. There it is. Alrighty, one more. One more. Nope. Nope. Where are they? I wish those worked. I wish the bombs worked. Because this is sort of stupid. Sort of hate intentionally getting hit by these. Oh, they're on the mini map. Come on. Or at least they look like they're on the mini map. There it is. I am just not seeing this. Oh, there it is. It's another one of the creatures. Oh, I don't want to kill these ones. Game. Why you gotta make me kill the seals? It always makes me feel bad. Like, why you make me do that? That's just not fair. I didn't want to hurt him. We're almost to where we can get Freminet. Let's keep pushing on Baizhus. Because basically, I know that Farina's gonna get a rerun. And Baizhu, this is his rerun. And I don't get him. Which is dumb. What is that? Oh, is that just a ring? Don't know why there's just a ring. Is it supposed to be for a thing? Maybe. Oh, cool. I need those. But yeah, I guess I'm not getting Baizhu this time. And I'll try to get Farina on her next run. Is that it for this show? Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything else. Okay. And I think we'll call stream there. Because next time we'll do Wriothesley's thing next time, I guess. I was supposed to do it this time, but we got distracted by Thelxie and other stuff. So we will do Wriothesley's next time, which will be a Wednesday at 6. That's our new streaming time for our Monday, Wednesday, and Friday streams. They'll be starting at 6 o'clock. So I hope to see you guys there. And please like and subscribe the VOD. Bye!